ain't done a video for a while. I'm out here just having a bit of a walk. And I thought, yeah, why not share some of my thoughts? I'll show you where I am. Let me just turn the camera. Look at this, absolutely stunning. What an absolutely beautiful place to just be. And it was this view that made me think about a report I heard earlier on today from Australia about the banks closing, the West something bank, and they're closing all the branches, and they've said to their customers that if you want to carry on banking with us, you're just going to have to go digital or online. So there's no interaction at branches anymore. And you've probably noticed that it's happening here in Britain as well. Branches are closing left, right and centre, and they're trying to force everybody down this digital route. That's not to say I'm anti-digital. I'm all in favour of tech and what have you, but it needs to be an option, not forced upon you, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think people realise that that with the digitisation of everything and going down the central bank digital currency route, what these people are doing is slowly penning you in. You know, they've plopped a little gate in a few years ago, and the herd, the cattle in the field didn't really notice. They didn't like this little gate being there, but they didn't take much notice. And then a little while later, the second gate came in, and I thought, hey, what's going on here? And before you know it, the third and the fourth gates are in, and you've been penned in, you've been corralled in. And that's exactly what they're doing with the banking system. Because if they go digital, if they go fully digital, why not be, I don't know. You know, they're bringing it in quite rapidly in Australia. Australia is a bit of a test bed at the moment. It won't be too long before it's introduced here. So think about it. I'm here walking along the top of this cliff in this beautiful, beautiful place. But what will happen is, if we go fully digital, the banks will be able to dictate where you can and can't be, and that's what the World Economic Forum and all the bankers of the world, or the so-called elite bankers, that's what they want. They want to be able to control what you do, where you go, what you buy, and so on and so on. So let's say, for instance, I had a little experience here a couple of years ago where I tried to pay for a bit of parking, and because I tried it 3 times and I was outside the area that I'm normally in, they blocked my bank card. Now luckily I had a second card to back me up, but it just shows you that after the 3 attempts, they stopped me from spending, which they put down to security. It's for my own good. But it shows you the power these people have. So you imagine you want to go away to a beautiful place like this with your family, and the 15-minute cities or the 20-minute neighbourhoods have been introduced, and you go a certain distance from your house, out of your zone, and all of a sudden your digitised banking system doesn't work anymore. Your digital ID doesn't work. You can't access your money. Bear in mind, there is no money. We don't have money anymore. We have figures in a computer. As soon as you pay your actual money into the banks, it belongs to the banks, and they just credit your account with a certain amount of digits. If you was to go back in there a little while later and try and draw out a substantial sum of money, they wouldn't be able to give you it, because there is no money in the banks anymore. And this is all part of the control mechanism. I guess the scary thing is people don't realise the traps they're actually walking into. They're, the whole thing is being sold as a convenience, which it is. It is a convenience, but the control element is really quite scary for those of us that are on the tail end of what you would call like a free society, if you like. Now, this is all documented by the people that want to instigate this system. It's all documented. They've started to introduce the restrictive zones in towns, and it won't be long before they expand it further. I was talking to quite an influential journalist. That was about 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, that was about 2 weeks ago, and he was telling me about the area that I'm in at the moment, about the documents going back from the 90s, where they're talking about putting people in zones, and you would only be able to live in certain areas of that zone dependent on your social credit score. And this is all documented. He was telling me about when Tony Blair visited the area, said to the mayor, when the mayor encountered some resistance to redevelopment, Blair said to him, "We've given you exceptional powers, use them." And then the mayor went ahead and instigated this zone sort of method of controlling people, and flattened their houses and redeveloped. Like I say, you're only allowed to live in certain redevelopments if your social credit score allows you to. So, say like me here now, I'm going against the narrative and what these people want to do. That is being logged by the powers that be, and subsequently, when things are rolled out, this little video will go against my social credit score, which would restrict my movements further down the line. If I wanted to travel to this beautiful place, maybe I could get here, who knows. Maybe I could get here, but then I wouldn't be able to buy fuel, because none of my digitized currency would work here. It would only work in my restricted area. Or maybe they would restrict the amount of fuel I could use so that I couldn't travel to a beautiful place like this. And that's really the route we're heading down. George Orwell got it bang on. But was George Orwell part of the club? It seems that 1984 was a handbook. It wasn't a prediction, it was a handbook for the future. So, who knows? But what I do know is, I'm not going down without a fight. Not on your Nelly. Think about your kids. Think about your grandchildren. They won't be able to visit beautiful places like this. Just think about it. God, covered in flies. I'm sure I must smell. But anyway, that was it. That was all I wanted to say. I can't ramble on for too long, because when you try and post a video like this, they put restrictions on how long you can speak for. So anyway, have a great day. Just think about where we're heading if you allow this system to come into place. As I see it, the lower level authorities and politicians are throwing us and their own families under the bus, and they don't realise that their seat at the table, or their little ride on the gravy train, will come to an abrupt end once they've fulfilled their purpose. So anyway, do a bit of digging. It is a reality. Those who think it isn't, got a bit of a rude awakening coming. So I'm going to flip this around, let you have one more look. Look at that, isn't that absolutely stunning? A couple of little boats out there fishing. And they're way in the distance, but there's a few yachts out there. Look at that, flat. Like glass. Anyway, have a great day, and get digging. You know, do this, if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your offspring. Anyway, have a great day. Bye bye.